Hello and welcome to my Pillars of Eternity Definitive Edition walkthrough. And the last episode, we moved a little bit through the Flames That Whisper caverns of Ogre Clan, and we were able to finish it, or more like end it peacefully. So some of them still alive, and with that we were able to do few more quests, and we arrived back to Stalwart Village. And now we need to solve some stuff, and we'll see what will happen more. Let's go. So before doing anything, let's talk with Eder. Durance. Thought I felt your eyes on me. Now come the words. I had questions I wanted to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
I wanted to know more about you. Mm, You don't dress like a priest, and your robes look as if they were touched by fire. Durance grunts, and you don't fit any manner of watcher I've ever seen. Does it make you one? No? He frowns and holds up his hand. Don't answer that. The robes. Were you burnt? Durance is silent for a moment, studying you. There are many ways to honor Magran. My robes. He looks down, then raises the frayed hems. They may not be cut of religious cloth, but they serve. They are reminders as well. Durance shrugs. The cut of the cloth rarely matters except to a tailor, and colors are better found on banners than worn on the shoulders. These burned robes feel more true to me than any girlish trappings, so I keep them. That's all for let me ask you about. I had other questions about you. Mm, Tell me more about Ashfall. Durance raises an eyebrow, then snorts. The amount you ask, you think you miss it more than I. Can you tell me more of the War of Black Trees? Well, no. Durance scratches a boxcar on his cheek, although his other hand remains tight on the staff. Was many tens of years ago. Fire swept through the woods, a fiery harvest, a sign from Magran. Her fingers lie upon the scape there, like nail marks across a man's back. Duran's hand falls from his cheek and joins his other hand lie tight on the staff. The forest has never regrown. No seed was laid beyond her sacrificing the ground. The blackened trees still remain, like black hands reaching from the ground. He chuckles. It's more romantic than I make it, Watcher. It still bears a woman's touch, after all. Ashfall's stockpile of guns, explosives, and chemical fire sounds dangerous. Life is dangerous. You would know more than most, Durance grunts. Flame is always hungry, and if you don't respect it, it kisses will fire. It its kisses will fire your loins like a defiance by Copper Corner whore. Durance closes his eyes for a moment, as if thinking back. Some chambers were consumed, some destroyed, but Ashfall remains. Would be good to see it one day, if I return. He shrugs. I doubt I shall. Why is that? Duran's eyes open and he glares at you. Because home is a mess of disappointments. That's why. Never make a place your home, Watcher. That's my advice to you. Keep to the road, a home is a curse. It will kill you to stay. And the moment your foot exits its door, it will never again measure up to the cathedral in your head. Durance grunts, his hand tightening on his staff. You notice Adair been listening. He speaks under his breath. Don't know if the problem is so much a cathedral in his head as bats in his bell tower. Sure, I'm sad though that I missed the party when they must have thrown soon as he'd left. Now that's a disappointment. Is that why you wonder? I expect you to understand, Watcher. You don't seem to value whatever home you are from, either, and you are likely a stronger person for it. So, if you ask the why of it, Watcher, the why that one doesn't need a cathedral to uphold the faith or remind one of it. I don't hate it. I don't despise it. I am not some weeping cast out fool. I wonder because of my faith and to spread it. He grunts, and I have many tens of years to go before Drun's trial let me go. And I'll never get there while I'm bantering words with you. But then who is more the fool? The fool who asks or the one who answers? He snorts. I tire of your word play. Let's do something. Let's continue on. So, I think let's go to the Griefrest first, because we found ingredients we needed for an antidote. I saw slavers west of town, Red Serenth, I think. So, we constructed the forum in our stronghold. So, what to buy next? And we have 20k. Chapel? No. Let's go for curtain walls and the south one first. And let's talk to the bartender.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
I found the ingredients you asked for.
Still say a little hardship ought to put some sense into that man. But if you're set on giving him a hand, so be it. Give that here. There. Get him to down that and he'll be right as rain. And you can tell him he owes you one. I would have let him stew for at least a year or so.
I wish I hadn't seen that. Hefferig was true to his word and gave me a mixture of Rayfalt to drink, which should cure his little problem. And one more quest in here. The small Orlan who ran away from slavers.
Any progress with Devala?
She said you agreed to your indenture and that you killed the boy in your escape.
And I thought you were going to get rid of Devala, not sell me out to her.
He takes a deep breath, but his eyes are still focused on you.
What she said is true. I had a gambling problem when I was younger. I've paid 7 years of my life for it. I won't pay any more. As for the boy, I didn't want to hurt him. But he saw me as I was sneaking out of the stockade.
His shoulders go limp and his gaze distant at the memory. He shakes his head.
I wish it had gone differently. But I'd do it again. Anything to keep from getting sent back to that place.
He looks at you again, backing away. I already killed her.
Oh, thank the gods. Every last one of them. I never thought I'd see this day. And thank you most of all. Here, take this. And tell Hafric that he can keep the rest of the week's fee. I'm off.
I dealt with the slave hunter for Aleph and he thanked me for it. At the southeastern edge of Lagufaeth, the isolated town of Irana's Stairs sits on the northern shore of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. Lately, a strange phenomenon has turned the lake clear, waters black. Stranger still, the town's stone tombs have been breaking open from the inside, the skeletal occupants slowly marching to the water's edge and into the depths. After several futile nights of waiting, Palagina finally discovered the origin of the lake's black waters. The Sian Gula, of which who has settled in Irana's Tears over a century ago, locals had accidentally plowed up her burial plot. Her remains had to slid into the lake during a fierce storm. The spirit, previously content to haunt the field, and began calling her old neighbors down into the lake with her. With the help of the locals, Palagina was able to put spirit to rest. Most of the corpses were able to be returned to their tombs, but not all of the tombs could be reassembled. Palagina brought back a piece of mystery tomb as a souvenir. What's this? Interesting. So, let's finish the drink for the guy with a numb face.
You have to help me. Ugh, I can't stay like this.
Here, Heferick says this out to do it.
Lily? Oh, Anta bless you. Give it here, please. Ugh, frothy. Hey, you did it. I can feel again.
He prods at his forehead and sticks out his tongue.
Oh, thank you. You're a saint among kith, and I owe you one, I know it. I would have ended up a leper. Averick never did have any sense of proportion. Hey, here. Now that my hands are working again, I've been stitching this together for a while. Least I can give you, really. And now I'm going to stand here and breathe for a little while.
I got the cure from Heferick and Rayfold is back to normal. For better or worse, he was very relieved and gave me a set of gloves he's crafted as a reward. So let's check what we have. A ring. Sly and dexterity 1. Interesting. Do we have something to dexterity for her? Staghelm, so I don't know. Oh, this one is useful. Let's see if... Let's give it to Zahua. And let's check what we got from... Aleph. Okay, that's all. Ring of Overseeing, no one has... Who to give this dexterity stuff? Full one with gloves, much better. Not useful for endurance. Maybe to give it to another character later. I don't know. Anyway, let's stop loitering around and visit Kolsch. I mean Tersch. Will take some time, but Tersch looks up as you approach. Mamulian, Sildon explained some part of what you did to save him, but I still cannot quite believe it. To think all this time.
You couldn't have known, Father. Everything that happened, it was my doing. I tried to free myself, but
There will be time enough for that. Let us not dwell on it now.
Stranger, I never imagined I could not hope to see my son again. But you have returned him to me.
There is no reward I can offer that will match that, but I hope you will accept this. Glad to be of assistance.
You will always be welcome here. May the gods turn their gaze from you, stranger, and may your path be clear.
With the totem returned to the shrine of Galvain, Sildren was able to change back into his normal form. He joined his father in Stalwart. It may take some time, but perhaps they can find some peace. Let's see the cloak. We had some... Oh, this one is different. Plus 10 ranged damage, plus 6 accuracy against beast, and damage reduction. Oh, she will never have ranged. Let's keep that for another guy. And what is this? Through Durgan's battery is mostly known for its steel. The refineries also produce extremely high quality copper that was used in coinage, art, and jewelry. This copper bracelet is typical of the jewelry that was produced in the community at its height.
Oh?
Okay, the
Father wants me to stay inside for a time. I don't think I can face anyone just yet.
Welcome. What can we do for you?
forever for now.
Oh?
Okay, we got to the Ondra's shrine.
Certainly.
Temple of Ondra. Let's go here. Okron. Let me check what... Okay, let's talk to Lavda. Let's see what will happen here. You return. How may the goddess help you? I found your chests. They were filled only with rocks. I see. No use in keeping this charade any longer, is there? Her group springs into action. The sounds of unsheathing blades fill the room. But we shouldn't act so rashly. She holds a hand up. The thieves keep their weapons pointed at you. We've been pretending, yes, but is it so different from what Ondra's priests do? Villagers and travelers give us things they want to forget. We make them disappear. Isn't that the same thing? We aren't murderers, and we'd prefer to be as far away from this cursed place as we can. Lavda gestures at her accomplices. Why make a bloody mess out of it? I'm willing to help you look the other way. She fixes her eyes on you. Let's see, what do you propose? A simple deal. You keep our little secrets to yourself, and we share some of our offerings with you before we slip away. Kekshetl brought back the dwarves' heirlooms. You can have them too. I don't want anything from you, but I won't throw you to those villages either. She stiffens her back. A benevolent spirit. We won't wait for your mood to change. Her accomplices put their weapons away and begin to gather their belongings. Lavda points to a large chest in the room. Kekshetl brought back the dwarves' heirlooms, but consider them a parting gift. The thieves packed for the road from a single line like priests on a pilgrimage. Lavda cracks the door open and peeks outside. She signals the thieves to start their escape and gives you one last glance. This time, we move on. The door closes behind her. Lavda confessed that her group was posed as followers of Ondra to steal from villagers and of Stalwart. I have let the thieves go, and in exchange, Lavda left Okrun's heirlooms behind. The dwarf will be happy to recover them. Okrun's heirloom and his white crest armor. I found Okrun's heirlooms in the temple of Ondra. It turns out that Lavda and her crew pretended to be priests of the goddess. They preyed on the desperation of the village, taking their offerings to Ondra for their own gain. Okrun will be happy to recover his sister's medallion. Let's check the armor first. Damage reduction 16. And also spells. Interesting. There would be happy to have it. Though he will be a little bit slower. Okay, let's talk with Okrun, or how its name was. I'm hoping you got good news. I know where the gift bearer cast your heirlooms away. Did you find them? What's of the medallion? I have your medallion. Let's see. The dwarf draws a wide smile under his bristly beard. Here it is. Okrun takes the medallion gingerly in his palms, taking care not to smudge it with his dirty fingertips. Yes, it's her medallion. He smiles and manages to pull his attention back to you. You've done good here today, I swear, if I had a kingdom's treasure to give you in return. I also found your armor. I don't need it. Don't know what I'd do with it, he nods. Keep it. More luck to you. He turns around and walks away, looking not at the path ahead, but at the precious heirloom clenched in his hands. Even so, the stride of his short legs seem filled with confidence. Lavda and her priests were actually thieves. I discovered their plot and scared them out of Stalwart village. Okrun was relieved to recover his heirloom. Okay, what do we have more? Quests are finished, but... Oh! Garrett's Chorus. Something somewhere should be around the village, but I have
Certainly.
no clue where, so let's speak with villagers. Nice to see you. You should have killed the matron when you had the chance. could tell me about it.
I hope you've had some luck. And do take care with that device. It has a few rather delicate components.
Whatever. Not much to hunt nowadays, and look what happened to Tish. That trader, Farah, must have hit the same weather as you coming to town. Let's talk to Grinda and then to Clerk.
Need something else?
For a while. I wasn't expecting anyone to come by the fishery for a while. Guess that's the proper way to go about it. Really, carry on like it's business as usual. Can I get you anything? Nothing right now. I'm really curious where the part of the helm will be hidden. At least you made it here in one piece. Fiera lost her wagon and a crew. Here is one house which had no interaction so far, so let's see.
Got to speak up? My hearing ain't what it was.
Leave. Let's talk to Renegade about the Ogre's issue first. And maybe to Teldor. He nods. Been keeping an eye on town here. You found anything out near Longwatch for me? Leave.
Any luck with Durgan's battery?
What can you tell me about Fiera's expedition?
Who? Sorry, I don't recall the name.
Her brow furrows.
Last expedition I met disappeared weeks ago. Didn't give any names, but they definitely haven't come back this way. Don't mean the Sfeara weren't part of an expedition, though. We get groups passing by sometimes looking to try their luck. What's on your mind?
For a while.
You did right in parlaying with Baragon. Don't know that anyone else here is gonna see it that way, but I thought you should know.
He gives you a thoughtful nod before turning back to the fire. Let's go to the inn again.
Hey there. Let me know if you need anything.
I had... okay, I thought you were cured. You mean you always look like that?
Yes, fine. Haha. I'm doing much better, actually, and everything seems to be working like it ought to, so thanks.
I'll be going.
Take care.
I couldn't resist to ask that.
Hey there. Let me know if you need anything.
I had some questions.
Sure, ask away. Not sure what I can tell you, though. I haven't been here half as long as most.
Who are you?
Me? Well, I used to build houses. These days I do this and that. Get work at the fishery sometimes, mending nets. Right now I'm helping with the stockades. The ogres keep us busy. I'm from Ina's Rest originally. Not so far from your Cadnua, actually. A little ways east. Nice lake nearby. A little like the one here. I heard some business went down with Lord Radric. Might have ended up tithing to you instead if I were still there, my lord.
Rifle cracks a grin. What can you tell me about Stalwart?
Truth is, I couldn't care less about the town, or the mines. But I like the people. Hardy bunch, living up here in the cold. Shame most of them have packed up. Feels like everything's conspiring to chase us out of here sometimes. Just means the ones of us that are left are the most stubborn-headed, right? Or foolish? Right. Anything else, then?
Very well. Okay, let's go to the inn and hope someone tells me more about the Feria expedition and the helmet. You come up from Defiance Bay. I bet it's warm down there. Oh, we are Fiora here.
You find anything? Hate to think of those slimy bastards carrying my haul into a freezing hole somewhere.
She grimaces into her drink. Not yet. Okay, so we found Fiora. I forgot we talked with her already.
Hello, sir. Anything I can do for you?
Very well.
Got rid of that little fella, eh? Take this with my thanks. Didn't need his trouble around here. Anyway, what brings you back?
Very well. Oh, we are already hero at Stalwart, but I still don't know where to find some clues for the helmet. Let's ask.
Something I can do for you? Halfrick's got me straightening the rooms, but I'll help you if I can.
Very well. I wish you could help me. Yeah, let's talk to the toilet guy. I really don't know. I'm feeling a little bit desperate now. Tish was not talking about it. Oh, the trader here. But he's the last one. Oh, nice. Idran's ears perk up hopefully. Have you come to trade? Would you happen to possess an old helm? Or a horn that looks like it's supposed to be attached to a helm? Idran opens the compartment in his wagon and pulls out a correct horn partially wrapped in cloth. One of the villagers sold me this during a previous visit, he scowls. He said it came from some rare lake creature and was quite valuable. It's been dismissed as junk whenever I tried to resell it. Idran pauses. Unless you know otherwise. How much to take it off your hands? Well, I'd like to make a profit for my trouble. 400 pence is the price. He looks at you hopefully. Done. The world fades and your vision blurs. When it returns, you find yourself in the icy waters of a bay. Your body numbed from the cold and your lungs burning from exertion. Nearby are Ardhell and Bardwin. Both of them are swimming madly in an effort to pass you. On the distant shore await the other members of your tribe, and with them Olara, daughter of the chieftain. It is for her hand that the three of you are competing today. Give up, Gareth. Ardhell passes you, and despite your best efforts, you can't quite catch up. You look around to see where Barden is, and it's by sheer chance that you catch sight of the sea serpent's head surging towards your group. As before, the world stops, the memories trail lost without your guidance. Say nothing and hide beneath the waves. You take a deep breath, deep dive, and remain perfectly still, avoiding the serpent's notice. In moments, the deep blue water around you turns red and cloudy. You wait until you see the shadowy form of the serpent silently gliding away before you surface with a gasp. There's no sign of your companions, and you make your way to shore. Your tribe's initial cheers at your arrival fade once you relate your story about the encounter with the sea serpent, claiming that you only survived by sheer luck. Galawain was watching out for you today, Gareth. The chieftain places his hand on your shoulder. The race. How could I have forgotten the events of that day? Gareth looked at his hand. I remember it now, but I feel no different yet. Please, you must find the last part of my helm. I recovered 2 parts of Garrett's chorus. Only 1 part still remains. Looks like the outcome of the helm will happen on how you answer to the questions. We'll see about that. But what we need to do is probably travel to Longwatch Falls. Although there is a lot of Lagufaeth and I really hate that mobs. So let's go and try to search a little bit what we can find there. I've reached Longwatch Falls. The hot springs Telder mentioned should be nearby.
Laying low.
Okay, let's search the surrounding area. A few odds and ends lie scattered by the path. There appears to have been a struggle here, but the evidence is half buried under a thin blanket of snow. Wisps of essence hover in the chilly air. Inspect the area. An empty pick lies in the snow. It's been torn nearly in two. Also, muddy tracks churn the ground. It's difficult to discern their shape or number, but they appear to lead north. Reach out to the essence. The soul fragment plunges into a memory. Your name is Igadr. You've never been more than 20 miles from home, let alone to the White March, and yet you've been climbing steadily higher for a week now. The air is too thin, your clothes are too light, and you've barely got another 3 days worth of food with you, but you never felt better. You only had a handful of fainting spells since you began your journey. You haven't had many in a single day before. But the dreams have been the best part, despite the frozen, rocky ground and the screeching winds. Sleep has found you each night and brought you vision of majestic peaks wrapped in snow. The cold is but a sweet ache in your bones. And as you hike into the wind, you feel that ache spreading along with the certainty that you're getting closer to him, or her, your soul twin, a stranger whose soul mirrors your own, one of the few people in Eora who could understand the constant torment of a split soul, and the only person who could help you relieve it. Something approaches through the shroud of snow ahead. You feel a throbbing presence like a heartbeat through linen, and you know. The vision ends abruptly. You find yourself staring at Ilgadr's scattered belongings while his elation ebbs from your veins. As his essence fades from you, you feel his eagerness dissolve into disappointment, until all that remains is the emptiness of the meaningless death. Igador came to the White Marsh searching for his soul twin, but somebody killed him in the lonely mountain passes. I found the final wisp of his soul in the wilds east of Stalwart. I came across the remains of a young Deerwooden who journeyed to the White Marsh looking for his soul twin. Whoever killed him, I didn't leave much behind. I saw tracks leading north. I might find some trace to Igadr or his murderer in that direction.
Laying low.
Let's see. And the first Lagufaeth. And right away the second one. Let's stun him. And you... Oh. Well, I think this might be a better solution to the problem. And one another. And knock him down. Heal yourself. Durance, heal yourself, and you attack him. Oof. Don't die on me.
Lava. Beyond seek.
28, one more stun to you probably. I think you should hide yourself too. And you hit them.
That's it.
Okay, ass kicked pretty bad again.
Keeping an eye out.
Tubes of stiff frozen mud rise from the ground and warm air buffets your face as you peer into them. You see shiny jagged shards inside.
Certainly.
I find a thermal pearl. I found the hot springs northwest of the road. Now I'll have to search for the thermal pearls. I will reach Longwatch Falls. Oh, 200 CP against the bandits.
Hmm?
So let's see what we find inside the pool. You peer into this pool. The water is perfectly clear, but you don't see anything of note. Okay, so this was not it.
Nice and quiet.
And another Lagufaeth. Let's try to do this way.
Hey.
And you help them. Good. Where are you, Aloth? This goes a little bit faster. And detonate here. Ouch. Oh, our barbarian Maneha
Whew, good thing I sold most of my jewelry.
got kicked.
Certainly.
And what does the flame reveal?
Let's see what we find here. A bow. Another Lagufaeth. So let's stun him right away.
Yes. Lava.
And where are you? Let's go here and stop being stuck. And cast. These are sometimes really tough. Oh.
Laying low.
You brush the cloak of steam away from this pool. You think you see, but no, it's just a bubble rolling up from the depth. This pool is empty.
Silence surrounds me.
And another one. Broodmother. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh?
Let's attack her with all we've got. And also this. And you are stunned. Don't die on me. No. This is bad, this is bad. Very bad. Where is her there? Try to knock her down. You are staying. Paralyzed. Yet another.
Mow it.
For fuck's sake. This is really bad. Knock her down one. What do we have here?
What?
Let's crush them both.
Faru beyond seek.
And let's... No. Hide yourself for a while.
What?
For fuck's sake. This is bad, this is bad. Still alive.
Hmm?
Thing isn't doing the job.
And one more. And you... What? Let's hit him.
What? The Faru beyond seek.
Ah, that was lucky. Oh,
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
this was a little bit overpowered compared to my group. What is this?
Certainly.
Igadr's journal. Most of the few remaining pages are lined with mud, but you can make out an entry near the end of the journal. Volkstag. Woke up this morning and saw my toes had turned blue. Spent the last of my fuel warming them up, but it only took me an hour to start the campfire this time. How far I've come. I passed a village yesterday and I thought about stopping. A warm bed and a proper meal would have been a treat after almost a week in these mountains, but I don't want to lose track of my soul twin. Not when I'm close. I dreamed of the cave behind the waterfall last night. I think that's where I find him. I'm not sure what else it could mean, but I'd better. The next page is missing and the rest are unreadable. I found Igadr's journal by the Lagufaeth nests near the hot springs. The creatures must have taken it, but I didn't see any other sign of Igadr. The journal mentions a cave behind the waterfall. Perhaps I'll find answers there. Okay, I think I go right away to the stalwart to to the inn to get the sleep because I got ass kicked so bad by this group. It was really not nice. Looking into the third pool, you see something around an iridescent resting on the bottom. Take it. You reach in, your flesh tingling in the warm water, and pull the sphere out. It's heavier than it looked, and it's smooth. Pearl-strand surface shines as you turn it. You stick it into your pack. The last pool I checked held something that looked like the thermal pearl Talder described. He is waiting for me in Stalwart.
Oh, and if I find something good, you can have half.
Looks like Longwatch Falls are higher level area. So I think I really should not be here at this time. Oh. You feel someone nudge the small of your back. You turn around, no one standing there, but you feel it again. Something is moving in your pack. You open your pack and hear a soft burbling sound. As you rummage through your belongings, something slick brushes your hand. It's a baby Lagufaeth. It watches you with benign curiosity, eggshell fragments still stuck to its body. You're the first person it saw. It's gonna think you're its papa now. That little four-armed fish baby is your son. At the beams. I couldn't be happier for you. You have lost an item pearls and orb. You have gained an item baby Lagufaeth added to your inventory. The thermal pearl just hatched and now I have a baby Lagufaeth in my pack. Awesome. Let's talk to the spirit. Reach out to the essence. The soul fragment plunges into a memory. Even now we got this talk before. Again, it ends abruptly. Leo. We will need to find his soul twin and speak to it again. Okay, let's go take a nap and speak to Taldor. Maybe he will talk about something with the small kid which just hatched. Drones with 39 health. Okay, let's think who will get this. We have 35 and damage reduction 9, 7, 9, 10. Ah, let's do it later. I'll give it to Karok if I find him. Sooner or later. He nods. Been keeping an eye on town here. You, found anything out near Longwatch for me? He coughs into his hand. This came out of the thermal pearl. He looks past you and sees the creature waddling through the snow. His jaw flaps silently for a few seconds. I've never seen one so small, but the little fella looks downright tame. He scratches his head. How about I buy it from you? The performers that pass through would take an interest in something like this. He bends down to look at the squirming Lagufaeth. Don't do it. No, I'm keeping him. Whatever you say, just watch your fingers when he gets big. I'm still looking for someone to take care of those dangerous folk roaming the area. If you're up to it... Yes, I'm up to it. You said something about the danger folk in the wilderness. We get our share of crazies out here. Most of them aren't even from the village. He looks at his own joke. Latest groups I heard of were the Gleaming Society and the Sisterhood of the Slaked Skull. But Renegade set aside some bounty money to see that these troublemakers were taken care of. You bring me the heads of their leaders and I'll give you the payment. I want to know about the Gleaming Society. Crazy pack of radicals that wants to topple governments and kill the wealthy makes the War of Defiance look like a food fight. Duke Evar and the Regent of Red Seras both declared them illegal, which is probably the only thing those who would agree on. Anyway, check Longwatch Falls to the east. That's where they were last seen. Who leads the Sisterhood of the Slaked Skull? That will be Mestla. All of the members of the Sisterhood worship Berath by sending an army folk back to the wheel as they can. He shivers. They'd been poking around Durgan's battery, and well only knows why, but you can understand why no one around here was pleased to hear about it. Passed through town recently, didn't stay long, but they stopped at the Temple of Ondra. You might see if Lavda knows something. If you come across them, be careful, they're unpredictable. Let's talk about something else. What do you want to know? Leave. Teldor offered to buy the Lagufaeth, but I decided to keep it. A group of radicals calling themselves the Gleaming Society have been targeting and assassinating political figures in both the Deerwood and Red Seras. A bounty has been put on the head of their leader, Ulmar. There are rumors that the Gleaming Society has taken refuge in the White March to lay low before their next attack. Some say that they can be found around Longwatch Falls, east of Stalwart. Teldor informed me that there's a bounty on Mestla, leader of Sisterhood of the Slaked Skull. Mestla and her sisters, a band of worshippers of Berath, have been spotted in the wilds that surround Durgan's battery. Unfortunately, Lavda is already gone from the Temple of Ondra, so we will need to find another way how to find them. Let's take a nap.
Back to warm your hands, eh? What can I do for you?
I'd like to hide on some help. Safety in numbers, right? What are you looking for? Well, actually, I want a room, but this might be the best. And let's check the journal. I think the only way how to get is to the Drungen's battery now. Yeah. So let's go there. Yep. The only other place to go now is the Drungen's battery. According to Fiera, she lost her artifacts and her companions when she was attacked by Lagufaeth. When I find these creatures, I'll know her goods are nearby.
I'll see what I can find.
Adair, you were a military man. Ever consider making a career of it?
I did for a while. Then I heard you could make money shoveling pig shit, and thought that sounded better.
Well, at least it would get you out of the deerwood.
So let's search a little bit again. And hope we find something interesting hidden here. Let's check the eastern side first. Maybe we find a Lagufaeth nearby. Oops. I haven't expected this. Oh shit, Eloth. And they are pretty tough. Let's go here.
Certainly. To whispers and shadows.
Ista's device makes a terrible screeching tone. The compass points west. Oh, I missed the... Oh, this one. No. At the crossroads, Ista's device points west. And looks like Zahua wants to talk with me.
My thoughts wander often to the lost builders of this fortress we seek. They were erased from the world. I wonder, was it meant to be so?
Everything happens with a purpose, even if it is unclear to us.
Then Alpazka would agree. A cruel fate is as perfect as a joyous one. Still, it is hard not to wonder why.
Oh? I'll see what I can find. Certainly.
We will get very close to level 10, so hopefully it will get a little bit easier then. Bitter spirit. A lockpick.
Oh?
Interesting choice of loot for this.
We'll keep to ourselves.
Things.
The stench. Even worse when dead. Gut him and bring him...
No, the villagers will leave us. Yes?
Oh?
And what does the flame
Okay,
reveal?
this is the ogres from the tribe. We made a truce about a few days ago. Ista's device points directly at the cavern entrance. So let's check it. What do we find there? The device seems to be responding to something within the cave at the base of the approach to Durgan's battery. So let's find it.
Hmm?
Oh shit. Ista's device points directly to a spoke along the cavern wall. You go here and knock him down. And you... And again. Where are you? And you.
Yes?
Yeah, and the paralyzed from the Lagufaeths are really...
And what does the
shitty.
flame reveal?
Let's check this.
Certainly.
Exceptional warbow. This might be an upgrade finally for Eder. White Adra gems. Ista's device didn't point to ore, but it did detect a small hoard of white Aldra jewels. She would probably be interested to hear of these results. Where does go this?
I shall make it so.
Yes.
It's done.
Fine arquebus. And another Lagufaeth. I start to hate them soon. Especially when they paralyze him before I try. I finish casting. A little bit fireball diplomacy is always welcome. No, 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 don't do this. Do go ahead and cuss it now.
And what does the flame reveal?
Few corpses.
I can get it to spill its secrets.
Now I have to remember this and come here a little bit later. This might be Tierra's Caravana. Probably. Look, difficulty 9. I found Fira's hull. She promised me a reward for returning it to her. On closer inspection, I learned that Fira's hull is Sveff. I could see that what she has to say for herself, or I could turn her into Renengield. And another quest at the stronghold. Southwest of Gilded Vale, travelers have reported a collection of angry spirits gathering near a circle of cracked Ardra pillars. Those brave enough to venture near the spirits have reported that they appear to be arguing about some long-forgotten legal matters. The locals have quickly learned to take a route that avoids the other pillar entirely. More than a few foreign merchants landing at Rhodes have fallen victim to the Shades. So, fighting against the Shades, I use Sagani for now. So the Terror was smuggling Sveff.
Something. I can get it to spill its secrets. It's done.
And I'm sometimes missing to unlock the chests like it, so probably if I don't level up soon enough, I should be able, or I should travel back to Kednova to get the sleep for mechanics. But the current Constitution, Might and Dexterity sleep is much better.
Let's all stand back a little, yes?
Now you go here. And you knock down him. You are... Let's deny.
That's it!
Let's use explosion on the blight.
I'll see what's ahead.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Okay, we go there inside a little bit later. Let's explore it a little bit more outside.
Laying low.
Let's go a little bit south before checking the tower. This crate is empty, though it smells strongly of fish. Help! Somebody help me! Let's see. Let's quick save it. Let's try to solve this. Help, please! I'm down here. Standing on a narrow outcropping far below the edge of the chasm, a villager waves his arms frantically. The villager is well out of reach, and the uneven slick surface of the chasm would prove difficult to climb by hand. Let's use it there again. Zahua has a solid grasp of knots and steps forward to secure the line with a sturdy knot. The trapped man presses himself against the chasm wall. Please hurry, the ice is starting to crack. Looking down, Adair can see another smaller ledge further up along the side of the chasm. It is close enough to jump to, but it may not be able to support much weight. Jump down onto the nearest ledge. Adair leaps into the chasm. Adair lands hard and the snow-covered outcroppings shift dangerously underfoot, but halts. On the ledge, Adair has a moment to survey the surroundings. The trapped villager is almost directly below his frightened face, turned up to watch Adair's progress. Examine the area. Adair takes a moment to look around. Several sections of the wall below appear to be comprised of sheets of ice, like windows set into the side of the chasm. The thin ice is poked through with air bubbles, and moving too quickly across the surface could cause it to shatter. Anxious, the villager calls up, "Please, help me." Okay, rappel down. Adair takes a firm hold of the rope, gives it a few tugs to ensure it's still holding fast, and leaps away from the edge. Adair makes good distance, but soon comes up on a thin sheet of ice coating the chasm. Adair makes good distance, but soon comes up on a thin sheet of ice coating the chasm wall. Adair twists around quickly and manages to land on the surface without shattering it. As Adair passes the fragile sections of ice, the winds begin to pick up. The freezing gusts tug fiercely at Adair's clothing, howling past. Nearby, there is a narrow hollow in the wall of the cavern that could provide some shelter until the winds died down again. Press on. Unfazed by the freezing winds, Adair continues to descend. At last, Adair comes to within arm's reach of the trapped villager and extends a hand toward him. Adair grabs hold of the man and hoists him up. The villager wraps his arms tightly around his rescuer. Sections of the outcropping begin to crumble away into the darkness below. Passenger in tow, Adair begins the ascent. Adair makes steady progress back up the side of the chasm, the rescued villager clinging on tightly. At last, Adair reaches the top and climbs back over the side to safety. Oh, thank you. I've been down there for so long. I thought I was done for. I'm heading back to town. Watch your step out here. Hmm. 300 copper. Not much. Not much, but better than nothing.
To whispers and shadows.
I'll see what I can find.
Let's search a little bit longer. And let's talk to Mr. Taragir. Supplicant, we have 4 days to get back. Send escort. Yes. Let's use our barbarian. Hello there. Always good to see more kith on the road. You can relax. For the time being, in God here will let me know if any ogres come up on us. Ouch, to be heading down to the mountains soon, but I've still got some supplies if you need anything. Who are you? Name's Taragar. I come up to Stelwart sometimes to trade. Nothing fancy. Like Yeduran has, just supplies, ingredients. Come out here to get some air after the raid. Never been much of one of our towns. Do you know anything about the bandits in the area? Sure do. Most of the caravans have to take the one road down into the pass. Group of bandits set up shop just north of here, before the bend. They'll just take a toll on good days. You're ahead most others. I keep clear of them myself, and they don't usually come down the mountains. Do you know a man by the name of Galvino? Think everyone knows Galvino. He has a cabin a little ways north of here. You'll want to follow the road a ways, then head into the trees. Don't go too far north, though. got bandits crawling all over the road into the pass. Which way to Durgan's Battery? You're one of those, huh? Just follow the road north, then west across the bridge. You'll know it when you see it. Have a care. Lagufaeth moved into the area not long ago, and they've already made short work of a few caravans. Let me see what you have for sale. Sure thing, have a look. "16 deflection and 8 accuracy." What? Oh, this one is still better. 14, 9, 13. Maybe some other time. We'll see. Anyway, just do not forget, we need to put this back to my inventory.
I'll see what I can find.
Yes, I think this is what we found here. Very similar looking.
What have we here?
Nina Goat's Black Pages. Grimoire. Okay. Ooh. That's a really nice collection. So let's see. Eldritch Aim is cheap. And this one is cheap, and also let's use this. And 4, which one? Let's learn this and keep it for now. A shack. And bulwark against elements. I will have to do something about the inventory very soon. But don't want to do that during the stream. Lifting up a corner of a trap reveals a jumble of rusted metal alongside the firewood. Let's search this a little bit and then go visit the shack. Galvino's cabin.
I will walk unseen.
So, let's have a chat with him. I found Galvino's hut, but I don't see him here. Perhaps it's worth looking around.
What have we here?
What kind of trap? Noxious burst. Another
What
one.
have we here? Silence surrounds me.
This map depicts the peak of the mountain, with markers denoting altitude. Okay, so as we descend into the Galvino's workshop, I will have to end the episode for today because it's getting a little bit too late and tomorrow is a work day. So thank you for coming by, thank you for watching, enjoy the rest of your day, and if you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow my Twitch or Mixer channels. Thank you and see you soon.